Greetings, Mr. Claudio. This is the part 3 of my e-portfolio, which is called Teaching in the Secondary Class. Okay, first of all, we have task 1, which is called Describe how your teacher integrates skills, diversify her lessons when teaching English, and how does she use tasks during lessons to achieve the aim. Okay, so first of all, I must say that my teacher uh, has a few participation in by teaching in the secondary class due to the fact that there is another teacher that teaches in the secondary uh, class in the school. However, she has done a few classes and she has uh, give me her insights of the classroom, how the classroom works during the lessons, and it might feel a bit different uh, rather than the primary school. For example, she she tries to integrate skills and diversify her lessons. However, some of the students have a little cooperation with her during the classes, so that has led to some problems. For example, she told me that one of her lessons she tried to do a Kahoot, and the students that were first medio were not only rude but incredibly disrespectful with the teacher. And when she started the Kahoot, the names that those students put on were not most of them, but well, all of them were slurs, and she find the experience disgusting. She became even more strict during the lesson. Uh, However, she achieved the aim that was to oral communication with the students, doing, if I am not mistaken, um, comparative and superlatives. So, as I said before, the students were rude. She tried to manage the class, and even though she tried to diversify her class, because most of the students in Colegio Nuevos Horizontes have a different background than other schools. Most of the students have uh, parents with problems. There is a background in which most of the students have vulnerable backgrounds. So the teacher does understand that, but sometimes it's quite difficult to achieve the aim with students that have a bad behavior or bad habits that come from the houses. Um, so she tries to put much more effort than in the primary class. She uses the same strategies, the same task. For example, predict from images, answer explicit questions, implicit questions, order events, true or false, or complete a summary chart, and also self-reflection questions. But as I said before, due to the fact that the bad habits or the background of the students is quite difficult to achieve, because some of the students don't know how to read or how to communicate properly during the classroom, during the lesson in the classroom. So that lead us to the task 2, which is describe how students participate during lessons and what opportunities they have to participate during lessons or show how they are achieving the aims. As I said previously, one of the main activities that the teacher had was the Kahoot, but due to the slurs that the students put in their names, it was almost impossible to do the activity. So the teacher uh, find another way, which was answering explicit questions and having that Kahoot activity for another day. And she was extremely stressed uh, by this lesson. Uh, so the students had little opportunities to participate during the lesson and to achieve the aim that even though she tried to, uh, she couldn't complete it uh, at its 100%. So that leaves me with the question that how I could have done it differently. And I must say that even though I demonstrate sometimes in my classroom that I have a poorly advantage by managing the classroom, I must say that I am very good at with the students that are teenagers, and this is because um, I think I understand them sometimes. Uh, so even though they be disrespectful in the classroom or during the lesson, I would try my best to build a rapport with the students, get to know them uh, a bit more rather than just their names. And I say that maybe because the age gap between secondary students are closer than mine, even though I have 24 years old, the students uh, give the chance to meet the teacher uh, a bit more. So that allows the teacher to create a bond with the students. Uh, you can have a negotiation between the secondary students that have a bad behavior. So in the end, I would try to, as I said before, build a report and get to know more the student and try to adapt their lessons to their backgrounds or having more uh, games, for example, like a hood, but with certain rules that what they have to do and what they don't have to do. So that would be my reflection about the task number 2. I hope you like the video and thank you very much.